Hello, I've returned. I'm back with a vengeance unmatched by most men. Today we're finally knitting that stupid hat, because, you know, hats are a thing. And also, you know, last time I started a hat, it didn't go well because I lost my yarn needle. But I found my yarn needle, so we're good to go. I'm gonna start this, although we're gonna be using this hook today. I'm gonna start this off by just doing the traditional ye olde loop-de-loop. This is gonna take 2 hours, so, I mean, here's the deal. I don't need to talk the whole time. That would be way too much footage. I don't know what I want to talk about today. I've really wanted to knit a hat because it's been a bit too long. Several months at least. Can't remember. I genuinely don't remember the last time I knitted a hat, so this is great. I'm glad to be back in the stupid saddle, as one might say. For anybody who might care about yarn, I'm using Red Heart because it's cheap and I want to. You know, I was gonna work on something else today and then I was like, no, we're doing this instead. Nothing else is allowed, just this. Man, it's been a weird week. I vacuumed yesterday. I'm really proud of myself for getting vacuuming done. I haven't been doing everything I should. So it was nice to actually get some stuff done for once. As an adult, I don't feel like one. I feel like a little kid. And I think that's mainly because I was ill prepared for adulthood, but I think it's also just because I feel like I don't look like an adult. I feel like I don't act like an adult. I don't feel like one. I don't feel like one bit. I mean, I've only been one for like, what, 4 years? So I mean, I haven't had much practice anyway, so who really knows? I think the fastest time I've ever knit a hat in was about 2 hours, so I can beat that. That'll be pretty good. I'll be impressed with myself. I don't think I will. I think me talking is gonna slow me down a little bit because usually when I knit hats, I'm watching something, but if I'm talking the whole time, I don't know how well I'm gonna do at getting it done, you know? Hopefully I do well. I'd like to get this done in one sitting, but I highly doubt I will. Hi! What's up? No, I'd rather you not. Forgive the occasional drilling in the background. We're having work done. If you can't hear it, well then, that's perfectly fine too. Honestly, that's what I prefer. The only thing you need to hear is me yapping your ear off. Maybe I should get into my my history with knitting. I started knitting in the 2nd grade, I believe. My best friend's mom taught me how to knit. I had those clear plastic knitting needles. I would try to knit scarves for our cat. They were not good. They were very, very bad, but I was very proud of myself. It wasn't until a little while later that I started getting into using looms. I've had these looms like since 2nd grade, but I didn't really understand how they worked and how they functioned. I didn't understand it for a while, and then I finally did my research and I started learning how to use them properly, and then I left them alone. I didn't use them at all. I preferred using knitting needles. I don't think I've knitted something with knitting needles for a hot minute, honestly. It's been a while. I think it'd be good to get back into it. It's just using looms is a lot easier for me personally. It's better contained, in my opinion. I like looms a lot better because it's not all gonna fall off if you expose like the needle or whatever. It stays on here. Whereas with knitting needles, it's a bit different. Honestly, I feel like I get a lot more done with the looms rather than just the knitting needles. But I do really love getting to, you know, knit rows with the needles. I love a good purl stitch. Honestly, I don't really know that many stitches. I only know, you know, the traditional one and then I know the purl stitch, but that's about it. I don't know many patterns or anything like that. I am not a pattern person. Whoops, I just knocked a garbage can over. I think it's kind of funny that I'm not a pattern person when it comes to like making things. I really don't like having a guideline when it comes to other things like schoolwork and stuff. I need to know exactly what I'm doing or else I'll go insane. And it's very, very funny how fickle my brain is, you know. Very interesting. I swear, if you chew my yarn. But anyway, I always need guidelines, except for when it comes to, you know, creative projects. And then I'm like, no, give me every single liberty physically possible or I will kick you. But when it comes to schoolwork, I'm just like, no, give me every single thing that I need to do. Tell me what I need to do, please. You need to give me the guidelines. You need to give me the regulations so that I know what I'm doing right and doing wrong. And I think it's mainly because with creative projects, I'm not being I'm not being graded. I don't have to listen to anybody when it comes to these things. It's just for me. It's my me time. Everything's paradoxical in nature, and we just have to live with it. It's a good time. At the end of the day, I think not caring what other people think when you do your creative projects, I think that's probably the best way to go. I think at the end of the day, I'm just happy with what I've done. Even though it's absolutely, nightmarish or stupid or just absolutely abominable. Abominable. Yeah, that's abominable. It's an abomination. If it's an abomination, it doesn't matter because I made it and I'm happy with it because I had a good time making it. Unless it took 40 hours, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I mean, here's the deal. What is 40 hours? It's not that much. 40 hours is not that much to, pour into something, right? Right? I don't know. I mean, who really cares? I think the time it takes to do something, I don't think that matters that much. I just like to complain because I think it's appalling that I actually managed to get my brain to focus on something for that long of a period of time. Hyperfixation is a fun thing. Oh man, when I was a kid, I was so scared of answering the door. I have a good story. I was at my parents' house. This was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I was minding my own business. I was home alone. All of a sudden I hear the doorbell ring. And I look up and I'm horrified because I was playing Go Vacation on the Wii, and I was practicing doing the bungee jumping minigame. If you don't know your video games, Go Vacation is basically Wii Sports Resort, except you can walk around the entire resort and you can look for treasure chests, and it's really, really fun. It's also a really laggy game when you play with more than one person. But hey, it came out on the Switch. But it's $60 on the Switch, so I'm not paying full price for that game. Although I really do enjoy it. It doesn't matter. It's not important. But anyway, I was playing the bungee jumping game on Go Vacation, and I was really proud of myself because I had just gotten a high score. Which, in the bungee jumping minigame, it's stupid. Man, Wii motion controls are absolutely atrocious. What are you doing? You just chilling? Okay. Wii motion controls are the worst. Here's the deal. The Wii, iconic gaming system. Top tier. The Wii, fantastic. The music, better. The music is going to transcend time for a very, very long time. Forever. It's going to transcend time for the rest of time, It's always going to be here. I'm playing on the Wii. I managed to succeed in getting a high score in the bungee jumping minigame. One of them. There's a bunch of different bungee jumping levels, and they're all different, and they're all stupid. It doesn't matter. When I completed the game, I yelled very loudly and was very excited, and then the doorbell rings. I'm all of a sudden horrified, because that person now knows that not only am I here, but also that I am not going to answer the door because I'm an anxious little goblin and I don't know any better. So I run and hide, and I go to my room and I look out the window. It's people who are there for pest control, for spraying our house for bugs, because that's a normal thing that we have to do at our house because, bugs are a problem. They're pests, and they're very, very annoying, and they tend to swarm, and bugs, they suck. They're not fun. But anyway, I go to hide in my room, and then I call my parents, and I'm like, hey, why didn't you tell me they were coming? Why didn't you tell me the pest people were coming today? And they were like, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to scare you. But they said that between, cackling at me for being spooked. And I told them that I was, playing a Wii game or whatever, and they just laughed more. And I'm like, man, why can't life be easy, Why can't life be easier? And so now the inside joke with my family is that whenever the pest control people are coming, my mother always texts me about it. Either I'm at their house, or I'm on a phone call, or my mom just texts me. She'll just be like, hey, just so you know, the pest control people are coming. And I'll be like, go away. I don't like you. No, I'm kidding. I love my mother. I just really don't like answering the door. And now that I'm out on my own, I have to answer the door because I'm the adult. And I'm just like, I don't want to do this. anxious. I don't like talking to people. I don't like talking to strangers. Strangers scare me. Strangers are scary. I'm an anxious punk. I'm an anxious little punk. You really want me to talk to strangers? You want me to randomly open my door and be like, oh, hello, stranger. Hope you're not a murderer. Oh, baby, you got some other thing coming. Like, when we get packages, I don't answer the door. I don't answer the door. I don't open the door until I know the truck is gone. I don't open it because I don't trust people. I also don't like interacting with people. I'm not agoraphobic, but I just don't like opening the door for people. I don't know. I know that's a thing for others as well. It kind of goes hand in hand with, answering the phone. Life sucks. And then you die. A fickle thing life is. The only things that are certain are death and taxes. Thanks, Ben Frankie, for that one. Life is crazy. I say after telling the most mundane story about me being an anxious idiot. How many rows are we at? We're not at enough to make a brim, but I'm gonna count anyway. Okay, we still got a ways to go. That's okay. We're doing pretty good so far. Compensation much? Okie dokie. We are back. You didn't miss anything. I just basically finished the amount of length that we need for the brim, and now I'm gonna start working on that. I know how this works. It's fine. Whoa, why did it get so bright outside all of a sudden? Please, friendly reminder, I haven't made these in months, so did I forget my methods? Yeah, I completely forgot my methods. I like to do this part by hand. I don't really like using the hook for this. I feel like I can grab things better with my fingers, hence why I'm so sensitive about my fingernails, because they matter to me. Recently, I got back into tea. I kind of have tea phases. I really like both coffee and tea, but the thing is that I think I'm slowly getting a caffeine addiction. So I've been having coffee a lot more, but also I really just like tea. I love, hang on, don't you do that to me. There you go. There you go. You thought you could pull a sneaky on me, huh? I've been having coffee almost every single day, which is not good for you, so sometimes I avoid it. Well, it's not necessarily like bad for you. It's just, I'm just thinking about the caffeine addiction. I don't want to get, dependent on it, but let's be real. I probably am at this point. I've always really liked drinking my tea black. I like being able to taste the flavors in it and stuff like that. And I used to not be able to drink coffee black, but then I slowly kind of... Oh, you know what got me to like black coffee? My family went on Whole30 like several years ago, and it was the worst 30 days of my life. It wasn't. It was not the worst 30 days of my life. However, it was rough. But yeah, the other benefit of Whole30 is that it made me appreciate black coffee. Because I only had my coffee with creamer and stuff up to that point, because I didn't really like the bitter taste of black coffee, and now I do. And now I do, because there was nothing else. And then only recently did I start getting into, putting cream and sugar in my tea, or milk and sugar, sorry, not cream. Honestly, I don't mind it that much. I think at the end of the day, I will always have an undying love for black tea. Then again, who am I to judge? I am currently drinking an iced coffee. Okay, honestly, I'm gonna turn off the camera until I'm done with this so that I can like really just get into it. Okay, I'll be back. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so we've reached the end. This hat is honestly pretty long. It's fine. Start the casting off. And this is why I love my yarn needle. Yeah, okay. Oh gosh, that's so loud. What do you want? Oh, okay, so you're gonna sit there. Okay, sounds good. Hang on, no. Alright, snip, snip, we've got a hat. Okay, so yeah, I made a hat. I guess this is where I leave you. Alright, goodbye. There are children screaming outside.